All right, hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kwadash. Double honors due to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. And peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect out there. All right, this is the brother Yeshaya. And this, in transit epistle basically is going to be about, keeping your head on the swivel, man. All right, especially, nowadays, because hey man, when you get to a certain point in this truth, man, hey, some brothers are sooner than others, but once you get to a certain point in this truth, man, hey, you really start to really know the Lord. And what I mean by start to know the Lord is that when he starts to, when he draws more nigh to you, there's certain things that you can't do, certain things that you can't do, or you will get reprimanded. All right, and you'll be sitting there like, damn, I didn't think that, but hey, the Lord is, hey, just as the heavens are higher than the earth, so is the Lord's ways higher than our ways. All right, so the Lord's ways are way higher than our ways. And hey, if you are, blessed enough to be looked at as a son in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, then man, hey, that comes with a lot, and that comes with what? Chastening. Okay, it comes with chastisement, in many forms, especially when you're doing things that you shouldn't. Okay, like, hey, we're in the time now, man. Brothers are getting attacked. Our brothers are getting cased, and scoped out. The elder brother from Kansas City, he did a video. When was that? I think it was sometime last week, where he said he was getting followed by some Jake, and he used his wherewithal, okay, and he moved like a warrior should, man. Okay, checking your surroundings, not being green. Okay, I think the guy or whoever, the Jake that was trying to, whatever they were trying to do to Jake, do to the brother, the elder brother, it didn't happen through the spirit of power, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. But hey, we're in those times, man. Like, if you get caught lacking, or if you're somewhere you don't need to be, man, the Lord can judge you. The Lord can judge us, man. Like, now we're not in the times of, being in the club, being in all these parties and stuff like that. Okay, banqueting, rioting. That's for these people, and the Lord's gonna start judging a lot of these people. And just as the elder Yahshua goes into, okay, our customs, okay, the customs of, because I'm trying myself to get into the ancient customs and things like that, things of that nature. We used to do our partying in the daytime. If there was a party, a banquet or whatnot, or celebration, hey, we'll get that thing done in the daytime, and then by nighttime, okay, you'll be safe in your quarters. And that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, a lot of people open themselves up to demons by being what? In that Bacchus spirit, being in nightclubs. Alcohol comes into the equation. All right, and when alcohol steps in, that just opens you up more to demons and certain entities, man. These spirits. All right, it says wine is a mocker and strong drink raging, and I know that for sure. So we're in the time, man, we have to really like start exercising what the apostles, the bishops and the brothers on down, what they have been telling us, man. Okay, what they have been speaking to us, and basically, learning us through their experiences. Okay, and I look at these men, these starting with the apostles on down, as my earthly masters. Okay, scripture say obey your earthly masters. Yeah, like our pops in a certain way. Our our dads. Okay, I don't like saying father because there's one father. Okay, and Yahushua is known as the father too, a father. But so dad, our spiritual guides, man. All right, because we ain't got it, man. I'm a 30-something-year-old man, and I'm still learning, man. Still trying to, still dusting off the rest of this dross from the world, from being in Babylon the Great for 30 plus years. Fighting this flesh still. Oh, wretched man that I am. And we need our spiritual guidance. We need spiritual guidance through these men, man, because they've been through it and then some, been through it and back, and they have the knowledge to teach us from going through what they went through and still pushing through. All right, being venerable. So hey, that's a blessing within itself for for us to the scriptures say thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and they shall not be hid in the corner anymore for a time, for times and a half. All right, that 350 year period. Hey, we didn't have our teachers, we didn't have any. The Ruach HaKodesh was resting up in the heavens, man. Of course, you had certain men that revolted, certain men, Nat Turner, and men that probably and that they're not gonna document. Okay. So, and I'm pretty sure through the Spirit there's been some uproars and some rebellions, okay, from reading the scriptures, man, because hey, it was a reason why they made a slave Bible, and they had it to where we can't even that we couldn't read. And if you were found reading, or if you were caught reading the scriptures, you would either get beat or get put to death, man. Because there's power in that book, man. There's power in the book that we teach out of, man. Through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, of course. So yeah, man. Hey, times are getting these people are going crazy. Okay, when you go to the supermarket now, you gotta watch. Especially if you got women. All right, don't let your woman go to the grocery store, especially these times, by themselves. Okay, tell them to keep their head on the swivel, because you got certain looters that will stake out these Walmart, Publix, grocery store parking lots to find a victim, follow you home, and before you know it, masked or unmasked men jumping out, and they're taking your damn food, man. And that's how crazy shit is gonna get out here, man. 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter comes to mind. All right, spoiling each other because of lack of bread, and for great tribulation. Lack of goods. Okay, storehouses, the unsown stores being storehouse being empty. When you go to the book of Ezekiel, I think that's what 4th chapter, and the 5th chapter, it talks about the staff of bread being broken. All right, the Lord is doing this as scourges meant for amendments, and these people are really about to be out here going crazy, and we can't put ourselves in certain situations, man, because the Lord will judge us. Okay, it was a time, we come into this truth and we think we're invincible until the Lord sit your ass down, and reprimand you, like, damn. Then you get a new fear of the Lord. Okay, the fear of the Lord comes in phases, man. You have to go through stuff to acquire a certain level of fear of the Lord. You really have to go through things to really get to build a certain type of fear of the Lord. It comes in phases, man. But yeah, so like hey, I'm about to go to the grocery store now. I have in mind what I need to grab for tomorrow, the rest of the work week. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna be in and out, Jack, and head on the swivel. So I'm gonna end it with that. We're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors due to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. And peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect out there. Shalom.